thumbnail to this video might have looked a little weird, a little unique, a little not like the other videos. The point of this video is that this video is literally meant to be not like those other videos, if that makes sense. If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you're someone who's just about to start sixth form, just about to start their A-levels, and right now you're going through a phase where you're looking through all these videos telling you how to get A-stars on A-stars consistently and how to look pretty whilst doing it, how to stay on top of your job whilst doing it, and also pass your driving test on top of that, and how to keep your friends whilst doing it, how to thrive, essentially. And if that is who you're striving to be in sixth form, great, but this video isn't for you. Instead, this video is actually to try and make you feel like it's okay to be average, it's okay to be a plain Jane when it comes to academics, because I was one of those people. In A-levels, I was the most average student you could ever imagine. I'm still waiting on my results day now. It's currently mid-July, but I know that the entire time throughout my exams I just kept thinking, well, that could have been better, but it also could have been a lot worse. So this video is for people who feel as if they're currently in that place in their academics, who feel as if they're just trying to get by, just trying to survive, just trying to feel not as overwhelmed with every other video telling them that you have to be perfect, you have to get all these A-stars, and again, you have to look pretty whilst doing it. Because I didn't look pretty whilst trying to survive, and you don't have to. This video is for people who feel average and are okay with being average and just want the most straightforward video that they can get, because that's something that I really wish that I had when I was starting sixth form. So, first tip I would say is to try to stick to as few study apps as possible. If you're anywhere on StudyTalk or like studying social medias, you've probably been advertised a good amount of like, oh, Pomodoro timer apps, study focus apps, apps for studying, apps for focus. That sort of thing used to drive me insane when I was starting sixth form. Frustratingly enough, it was only around at the end of sixth form where I actually managed to find apps that did work for me. For general note-taking, I personally recommend just simple ones such as Google Docs or Microsoft Word, Google Slides, PowerPoint, if making presentations works for you. As a study tracker app, I personally recommend YPT. This is good for a few reasons. One, it's free. Second of all, it's got a cool thing where you're able to study with your friends and have timers with them, so that's really cool. Third of all, it's got like a little thing where it gives you sounds. You can listen to like ambient noises. I was listening to like the train ambience like it was banger. If you're actually able to spend a bit of money on a subscription for, I don't know, Quizlet or whatever, great, go for it. If you think it's actually going to benefit you and you know that that is your way of studying that you actually prefer, great. But me, I was a broke girl who just wanted the cheapest, easiest things. I actually nearly ended up pirating Microsoft 365 and then I realised I wasn't bothered and I ended up just going back to Google Docs. But I think sticking to as little study apps as possible is really beneficial for if you're trying to study as efficiently as possible and not having to think about all the different apps that you could be using and not being so overwhelmed by, again, all those advertisements that you see for different study apps. Just go back to basics. Google Docs. It's fine. It's a fine note-taking app. And you can make it pretty. You can make it aesthetic. It's Google Docs. I don't know what to tell you. The second thing I would say is to have a simple routine. Oh my goodness, you do not need a 7-step Korean skincare routine. Trust me, by the end of sixth form or the start of summer, literally all I've been using is cleanser, serum, moisturizer, boom, done. And I'll tell you something else, another reason why you shouldn't bloody stress about it is because most skincare products are made with the exact same fucking ingredients. And there's no reason to stress about it. That's not something to be worrying about when you're starting your A-levels. Third thing I would say is you are allowed to enjoy your half terms. You are allowed to enjoy your breaks. But as long as you do something, as long as you do some kind of studying routine in between then. Because if you do nothing with your breaks, then you're going to feel guilty and you're going to stress about your grades and then you're going to spiral and then you're going to end up doing nothing, which is going to stress you out even more and this endless cycle continues. However, if you do too much, then you're going to feel like you haven't really had a break, which in the long run is just going to make you slow down. It's just going to make you more tired of studying. So I'd say during half terms and breaks, maybe like once every other day. Fourth thing I would say is don't get involved in drama. Like, don't. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to hear about it and you're not allowed to talk about it. Sure, drama can be fun, but there's no need for you to become a prominent character in drama, because as fun as sixth form is, you know, you're there to learn, you're there to get your A-levels, you're there to study, so you might as well just do it and go home. Fifth thing I would say is to just have a bit of whimsy in your studies, you know? Build good relationships with your teachers so that the subject and what they're talking about actually seems a lot more interesting than what you would normally think. Because, you know, maybe you picked a subject that you weren't actually all that interested in. And that's fine, we all do that. There's always that one subject for everyone. So anyways, those are all my current tips for not thriving, but surviving sixth form and surviving A-levels. Sorry for not uploading in like a year. I've just finished year 13, which has been a little bit crazy, so I haven't actually had much time to work on any videos. I haven't had much time to edit or record anything. But now that summer's here, hopefully I'm going to be able to make a lot more and talk about more and share a lot more with you guys, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and good luck on your A-levels, good luck in sixth form. Bonus tip, you're gonna do great.